Hello, everybody. I know it's been a long time, but welcome back to the LG Pod. My name is Jackson, and as always, I'm here with Brandon. Brandon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing
I'm
great.
doing, I'm doing great, man. Oh man, it's. I know it's been a while since you've done one of these, but
Right.
I had school, you had stuff too, and
The
I
big
wanted to see it a
work.
second time, but I want to see Endgame a second time, which is what we will
Right.
be talking about today. So if you're not part of the $2 billion of people who have seen it, then yeah, we're gonna be talking about spoilers, obviously. Me and Brandon had the really cool opportunity to see it together,
Oh yeah, we
and
did.
that was super cool. That's definitely something. I've never seen like a Marvel movie opening weekend. Like I never saw it on
Really?
Friday. Like I saw Infinity War on the Sunday, but no one really cared. But it was just
Hmm.
crazy to be in the crowd and just like, I felt like I was like at a live show or something. Everybody was
Right.
like, yes. It was, I don't
Right.
know, it was just crazy.
It's a
But
whole nother
anyway,
experience.
yeah, it's a cool experience. But at Linway, where are the cups?
Seriously though, dude, Linway, you suck, dude. You totally biffed it this year, like nosedive into the ground by not selling those cups.
I don't understand. They had plenty of Infinity War cups.
Seriously though,
I
dude,
don't
I have
get it.
two.
I don't get it, dude.
Like
And
stressing
okay,
me
I
out.
went to a Cinemark, right? So
Right.
I've seen this movie 3 times, right?
Right.
So the third time I went to a Cinemark because on their website they said they had cups, and I was like, all right, let's get a cup, baby. They
Right.
didn't have the cup. They said they ran
Dude.
out, but I got
Bull.
that Infinity Gauntlet cup, which is pretty sick. So
Pretty stinking sick, dude. I saw the picture on Snapchat.
yeah, but I'm really
I
upset.
I've seen it twice.
You've seen
I
it
went with
twice?
I went with you the one time, and then I
Yep.
went on Tuesday. Fun little story, real quick. My nephew, I found out, has actually never been to a movie ever. So
Really?
yeah, so I took him to see Endgame. So I thought it was kind of like a poetic kind of thing because my dad took me to see Iron Man in
Oh, that's cool.
2008, and now I get to take him to see, we'll get into
Yeah.
it, but Iron Man's story continuing.
Yeah.
And fun little thing, just to prove that everyone is going to see this, I can confirm that on Tuesday there was a line going out the door, and I saw two, I think even three elderly Amish men sneak into the theater to go
Wow.
see Endgame.
At Linway?
Yes, at Linway.
No way, dude.
Yeah, there was three Amish guys, and they were like looking like they were being hunted down as they ran into the theater to get tickets. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, I went to see it. When was it? Like I think last Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Or
Right.
either Tuesday or Wednesday. At like it was an 11 o'clock showing,
Mhm.
and there's still people like sniffling in the theater.
Mhm.
Still people surprised. Still, it was crazy.
Right.
Oh
And
man.
and I mean officially today. Today is Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Officially today, the spoiler, I think they called it an embargo or whatever,
Yeah, the
spoiler
spoiler
ban
ban.
thing.
Yep.
It is officially lifted, so we can talk freely about it without getting in trouble.
Yes, sir. We can.
So it's kind of
That's
everybody else's
awesome.
fault if they haven't heard it at this point.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get this movie above Avatar. That's my goal. I'm just
Right.
doing my part. I mean,
It's like 600 million away.
it's
It's
very
gonna beat it.
close. It's gonna make it. I mean, I'll probably see it with you when we go when I come back home. I mean,
Right.
I'll probably see it with Jordan. I mean, I'll see it again.
Right.
I'll do my part
Did
because Linway
you
better have those cups.
have you have you seen all the Falcon and Captain America memes where it's like Falcon is Avatar and then Captain America is Endgame and it's like on your left. It's super
No, I
funny.
haven't.
There's like a
I've
bunch of them
seen
like that.
I've seen the scene from Ragnarok, and Hela's
Hmm.
like, "You can't defeat me," and she's Avatar, and then
Yeah.
Thor is Infinity War, and he's like, "No, but he can," and then and the guy who's destroying Asgard is Endgame. So
Right.
funny. I was like, "Oh my gosh, so funny." All right, are we ready to talk about this
I
bad
think we're
boy?
ready. So one more time, big fat spoilers for Endgame. You are warned.
Yes. If you haven't seen the movie, it's not our fault. I mean, we waited a long time to do this, so you should have
Right.
seen it. You should have seen it. Okay, do you want to talk about your initial thoughts first, or?
My initial thoughts is that my eye ducts hurt because I cried so hard in the final moments of this film when Iron Man unfortunately passed. Well, I wouldn't say unfortunate, but it was like the best way I wanted him to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it. I loved, I absolutely loved how his arc ended. Oh man,
Right.
the Russos are so good. I
Seriously.
I mean, I was recently watching Infinity War again, and I've been struggling with thinking like because those are probably my top two, Endgame and Infinity War,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I'm trying to think of which one I like the best. But anyway,
It's
back
it's
to
easily Endgame for me. Just to throw my 2 cents in there. I feel like I feel like it's so perfectly like Infinity War is like really amazing,
yeah.
but I feel like Endgame was the perfect amount of like everything I've ever wanted out of a Marvel movie with like a fantastic villain, a well-paced, slowly developing story, like
I honest
emotional
yeah.
depth, like all of this stuff in one. And then like the most BA fight scene of all time at the very end. Like
Yeah,
that legitimately like when Captain America's story ends at the end of the movie and then Iron Man dies, like those parts are sad, but like
yeah.
when they're all lined up and they are charging at each other, legitimately it
Oh my
like I
lord.
start tearing up. I'm like so excited to watch that scene, like the 2 times that I went and seen it. Like I just am
That's
like so giddy just getting to see them battle. It's so cool.
oh, that that is that's the best scene in Marvel history, honestly.
Seriously.
In MCU history. I
Seriously.
love the fact, I don't know about you, but at that battle scene, I literally forgot everybody came back. I was like, dude, Cap's dead. I was like, what is he gonna do? And then Sam was just like, on your left, Cap. And I was
For
like,
real.
oh my lord, they're back.
Like I totally did not even like I don't know why I didn't think that
I
was
don't
gonna
either.
happen. I
I
just
just
got-
forgot.
I think they build it up to get you so engrossed in the battle, then you're like,
Yeah.
oh wait, shoot, and then like everything starts happening.
Oh lord, it
Did
was
you notice?
crazy.
Did you notice fun little sneaked in thing? Did you notice Howard the Duck was there too?
I did not notice that, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's how I saw it too. I just thought that was funny how they like. I
Yeah,
didn't even know that happened.
I think that's a nice little nod to say that literally everybody in this universe was there. I
Seriously.
just that was like the perfect final battle, honestly. And
Hmm.
like I know some people will say that like Spider-Man and like all those people were very underutilized, but they got
Hmm.
time. Like
Right.
I I I liked the fact that we get these little moments with Star-Lord and Gamora, 2014 Gamora,
Hmm.
and that nice little hug scene with Tony. Oh
Right.
Lord, that
That
was
was
so good.
awesome. And
Ah, so good.
too, I don't think really there should have been too much focus on anybody else other than the
Yeah,
core group because it
for
was like
sure.
it was the end of their
It's
story,
the end.
not and it was very much the beginning of the rest of them. Like it was a passing the torch kind of
Yeah, for
ending.
sure. Oh man, that battle was so good. I loved
Seriously.
it.
Uh, shout out to gotta give the shout out to Captain Marvel, even though she's kind of had a hard transition.
Okay,
Like when she's fighting Thanos and she just
that's
takes
pretty
that
sick.
headbutt like a champion,
I
I
honestly
was
like
like,
that part.
dude, okay, I'm all in. Captain America or Captain Marvel's sick. Like I thought that was so cool.
I thought that whole sequence was insane. Just
Hmm.
like the fast thinking of Thanos, he was like, "Psh," and he was like, and she was like, nope, and then he just freaking grabs the Power Stone and just boom.
He's like,
I
all
was
right,
like,
well,
what?
take this.
Hey, take this L, Captain Marvel.
Oh
But
man.
I actually liked how Captain Marvel was used in the movie. She
Right.
wasn't too prevalent, but
It's
she was
it
kind of like saving the day, kind of
right.
as
It wasn't. I've explained it a lot of. There was a couple people that like were complaining about her, and I was like,
Mhm.
it could have been like Superman in Justice League, where he just comes in. He's like, all right, well, you guys couldn't do it, so
Yeah.
I'll just take care of everything.
Let me just come
She
back to life.
she like came in and she helped out a lot, but she didn't
Yeah.
dominate the whole thing, which I thought was like the perfect way. Like even when she comes in and destroys the ship and like also the scene where all the girl Avengers come together and it's like making a nod toward like the all girl group.
Yeah.
I thought that was super cool too. I guess a lot of people didn't like that from what I've heard.
I I thought it was cool, but it kind of didn't make sense that all the girls were there, sort of.
What do you
Like, I
mean?
mean, don't get me wrong, I thought it was cool. Just that like all the girls were like kind of suiting up right there. Like, I mean, Peter was there. He could have gone and helped. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was cool. The shot was awesome. All the cools, but all the girls, sorry.
Well,
Um,
I would say that there's a lot of things about Endgame in general that are kind of like you
convenient.
gotta they're convenient, but like it's such a great movie and it's everything is so well executed that it's like most of those things don't matter. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
thought that whole way they did that with all the girls showing up was like super cool to like show off that that could be a thing one day. But like I get
yeah,
where it's like, oh, they're all in the same spot or whatever, but like I thought it was I mean like I forget who I was talking about. Like I think they had the same kind of problem with that scene, but I was
yeah,
like, well, I mean, technically Iron Man should have just like exploded when he got all those stones. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that
He
was kind
should
of
have.
convenient too. And you know, Hulk
Yeah,
Hulk is like half incinerated, but Iron Man's able to get a one-liner in before he dies.
yeah.
So
I mean,
there's like a
yeah. There's
lot
a
of
lot of
little
convenience
things,
things,
but it's
but
such
I
a great
mean,
movie that it doesn't.
it needs to happen in order for the movie to go along. Like,
Right.
and I mean, this is a 3 hour movie, which I honestly love. I love the slow crawl.
Mm-hmm.
I I I like how this one is more character driven.
Right. Definitely.
I think the opening scene with Iron Man is like the best. So good when he is
Mm-hmm.
like when he's back from Earth and he just looks like he's gonna die and he's got the
Right.
thing and he's like, it's just so good. He's just like, and I needed you, Cap. It's too late. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa, not the reunion I anticipated.
Right. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I thought I thought that whole opening act was really well done because
Oh
like
yeah.
the way they just show up and kill Thanos and like right off the gate
Oh my.
or right out of the gate they're like
Yeah.
leaving you in suspense. And then it cuts to 5 years and it almost turns into like for lack of like a better way of saying it like soldiers dealing you know how like some war movies they'll have like soldiers after they've been through war
Yeah.
and like dealing with like post-traumatic stress of what happened and stuff. It
Yeah.
kind of felt like that in a way, like the 5 years
Yeah. For
later and
sure.
Cap's in a support group and he's leading a support group and like
Yeah.
Black Widow can't deal with what happened and everyone just kind of
Yeah.
like doesn't know what to do and they're facing like it was cool to see all the characters like finally go through some like hardship.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everything's just kind of went everybody's way in the
Yeah.
Marvel
For sure.
universe so far until this one.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like I think it's very cool um that Cap is leading the support group and Sam leaded a support group too in Winter Soldier.
Right. Hmm.
I just think it's like he's like I I can't live with the guilt. And
Right.
that's a theme with Tony too. I mean, it's kind of crazy that Tony gets everything he wants. just kind of showing that the snap wasn't bad for everybody.
Uh-huh.
Like, like it's like he says, like, I got my second chance, Cap. This is my second
Right.
chance.
Um, I thought it was very nicely done and interesting. Like Cap and Iron Man have always kind of been at odds end, even though they're
Yeah,
friends. Like they're polar opposites. But I
yeah,
thought it was really just epic in the way that like the ending of their stories have them switching roles almost. Because
yeah,
like
for
Iron
sure.
Man finally goes out of his comfort zone and gives up everything for other
Yep.
people, and then Captain America finally gets to do something he wants. Hold on a second.
Okay. Yeah. I do think that the role reversal's super cool because honestly, going into this, I thought Cap was gonna make the sacrifice, and I thought that Tony would get the happy ending, and that he wouldn't really necessarily be signed on to more movies,
Mm-hmm.
but he'd just kind of be like a mentor in the background, kind of supporting the Avengers, maybe a little cameo every now and then, but
Right.
they definitely surprised me with what happened.
Right.
And I wasn't really, I was sad, but it was very satisfying, honestly, because, ah,
Hey,
I wonder, what's up?
commercial break real quick.
Commercial
Keep the audience
break.
entertained. I have to run into the kitchen real fast.
Okay, today's episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have sponsors. Um, um, yeah, but the ending to Iron Man's arc was very cool because in Iron Man 1 he was very selfish, and he 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 definitely grew through these movies, and I think what the Russos did with him is super cool through Civil War to here, because um I don't know, I just really love the arc that they put him on, um and that he gets to snap everybody away, which is really poetic in a way, that Thanos gets snapped out of existence. But I wonder, like, if Tony thought real hard and was like, I want Thanos to go last. Boom, let me snap him out. But I don't know. I mean, it's like we said, there's a lot of conveniences in this movie. I mean, I obviously have some problems with the time travel, and how that all works. But I kind of, when I kept watching it, I was like, like, if I'm gonna be like, oh, this doesn't make sense, then I just gotta, like, just not think about it too much, because then I won't enjoy the movie. If I think about all these plot holes and all this stuff, I won't really enjoy the movie that much, you know? If I just keep thinking about how the time travel worked and everything, I just won't enjoy the movie that much. Um yeah, I mean, I obviously enjoyed it the first time. A second time, I was kind of like, there's some plot holes here and here. And the third time, I was just like, who the frick cares? I'm just gonna enjoy this movie for what it is. Not think too hard about the logistics of the time travel. But I thought the whole time travel thing was super cool. Um, One thing I did not like was kind of how Ant-Man got back. Um, I think that the tease in Ant-Man and the Wasp was kind of a throwaway, like the time vortex. I thought he was going to get sucked into a time vortex into the 5 years. That would make sense to me. But yeah, hopefully Brandon will come back soon because it's kind of boring talking to myself. Hopefully Brandon will come back soon because it's kind of boring talking to myself. Okay. Um Hopefully, Brandon will come back soon because it's kind of boring talking to myself. Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah, dude. I've been
Dude,
talking to myself.
okay, I'm so sorry.
No, you're
Brooklyn showed up
fine.
and dropped off the dog, and I had to help her and stuff. So,
Doggo.
oh man,
Nice.
sorry about that.
No, you're fine, dude. I was just kind of singing a little song. I was saying, hopefully Brandon will come back soon because it's kind of boring talking to myself.
Oh, well,
I
I'm
didn't
here
sing that the
now.
whole time, but
But
I,
hey,
I
I actually picked up some knowledge while I was gone.
knowledge.
So, Jay and Brooklyn stopped by, and
Oh, I love Jay.
I was talking to him about how Endgame is number 2 right now of all time.
Yeah.
So he brought up the fact like everyone's like, why is Avatar number 1? Like, how to make that much money? That was the first blockbuster movie to offer 3D showings.
Yep. Everybody's
That's
went to see it for 3D.
right. So that's how it made all that money is
Yep.
because 3D is another like $3 or $4 or whatever.
Yep.
I didn't
That's
even
how it
think
made
about
that
that.
money. Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah, 2.7 billion versus 2.1 billion for Endgame right now. That's the
Yeah, I
stats we
saw
got.
something that Avatar made that money in like 47 days, and Endgame has made 2.1 in 11.
Yeah, it's pretty
So it will definitely be
ridiculous.
Avatar. If it doesn't, I'll be very sad. But
No
it will.
doubt. No
No
doubt.
doubt it will be Avatar.
I say
I know
3
it will.
billion to be honest.
I'm thinking it'll make 3 billion.
Be epic if it was like 4 or something crazy. But,
That
you know,
but I don't know. I
that's
think 3 billion would be insane.
3 billion is good.
But
That's
anyway,
crazy.
before you came back, I was just talking about how I didn't like how Ant-Man got out of the quantum realm because
Really?
we got that tease in Ant-Man the Wasp about time vortexes, and I just thought I
Right.
was going to go into a time vortex and be like, "Whoa, where am I? I'm 5 years in the future."
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, I understand they need the rat save the world, and
Right.
I think it's funny because the Russos kind of like openly talk about that, and they're like, the rat saved the world, and
Hmm.
interviews and stuff, not interviews, reviews of
Right.
people have said that like in the 14 million or whatever futures, the
Hmm.
rat didn't open up the quantum realm, and
Oh my
that's all they
gosh.
needed.
That's ridiculous. Tony never needed to even like snap.
Tony,
Just
he
the rat
didn't.
needed to show up.
Just the rat. That's what needed to happen.
The rat snapped.
The rat snapped.
Oh man. Okay, I'm trying to think of all the endgame stuff that
what did I talk
we
about?
need to. We talked about Iron Man, probably enough for the like what needs to
Yeah.
be heard. Um, Cap getting Thor's hammer was the fanboy moment of the year, without a doubt.
Honestly, that was the fanboy moment of the year.
Seriously, I will
I
never
literally
forget that.
it's crazy. Like every time I watch it, I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good."
It's
Just like, "Get it,
seriously.
Cap."
Did
When
and
I
you
saw that,
I sent you that poster, right? I can't remember if I sent you that
the
poster.
worthy poster,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's sick.
It's so cool, dude.
Boss Logic's
I
a
would
cool guy.
I'd like to get that like printed out or something. That'd be really cool.
I'm sure you can.
Probably.
Or just we just get a bunch of cups of that.
Dude, that'd be
Just order
awesome.
5,000
That'd be a
cups.
sick cup though.
We order
Oh my
five
gosh.
thousand cups.
We could make
Sell
some
them on the
money off
black
those.
market.
Dude, profit
See,
off
I
of Linway not even going out of their way for the
yeah.
cups.
Shout out Linway. What the frick? Why don't you have cups?
Oh
I came
man.
all the way to Indiana for your dumb cups because I can't
Oh,
find them anywhere else. Okay, sorry.
you're
I'm still a little salty.
hey,
That's all.
it's okay.
I had to
No,
get a
no
Captain
big deal.
Marvel cup. I'm just kidding.
I
I
did you
wanted the Captain Marvel cup actually.
you
So
you do want one?
I already got one.
Oh. I forgot.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
trying to make a joke saying I had to settle for the Captain Marvel cup. Ugh, but I
Oh,
wanted it.
okay.
I was trying to be
Right.
funny, and it didn't pan
I
out.
well, I think it cut out right as you said that on my end, so
Okay,
that's probably. And
gotcha.
also I'm kind of dumb, so oh.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Um so
Let
Cap getting the
let's
hammer.
talk about Cap. Yep.
Cap, good time, really good end to his story with him going back in time to put back the stones where they're supposed to be in their the different parts of history, and
Yep.
finally getting to be with Peggy and becoming an old man and getting his dance. That was pretty
I called it. I called. I was getting the
pretty
dance. I called he was getting a dance.
pretty stinking good.
I knew he was gonna get the dance.
Also, another chance for a high quality meme that I saw. Did you see, the scene where he sneaks into her office and like is looking
Yeah.
at her through the blinds? Did you see the meme where it was uh it was like the office meme? You know what I'm talking
John
about?
Krasinski. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
where he's looking through the blinds and it's like
You
Captain
know,
America watching Peggy.
I like saw like a bunch of spoilers without context, and that was
Right.
in it. And like for some reason it didn't click with me. I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Why is that there?" And then I looked at one today, and I was like, "I get it now. That's hilarious. Like it's so
I thought that
funny,
was so funny.
dude." Okay, this is really off topic, but Professor Hulk when
Right.
when Scott loses his tacos and then
Oh
he gives
my
him his
gosh.
tacos. That's probably
That
like one
was
of the
so
funniest. That's funniest scene in the movie. One of the funniest.
seriously. It's
I
so
was
so
cracking
fucking
up in
good.
the theater. So funny.
Man, Professor Hulk is. I was like, I knew that could happen, but I guess I just never thought they'd do that. But I thought it was
Yeah,
cool almost.
I liked it, but I don't know. Like, I just feel
Like,
like I didn't really know what the struggle was between Banner and Hulk, and I wish that kind of would have been resolved a little
I,
bit. I mean, it was, but I just wish we would have got a little bit more of explanation. You know?
mhm. I think that's always been the one big problem with Marvel is like
Yeah.
they never gave Hulk his series of movies, and they never really fleshed out him. He's just kind of like been. He's had a big
There.
part in all the Avengers, but he's never really been like, there's a lot of cool stuff and cool characters in the
Yeah,
whole stories and stuff. Like,
for
there's a lot of
sure.
potential
And
there
like
that they
that
kind of
inner struggle with
squandered,
him. I mean,
right?
I don't know. I feel like that could have been
Right.
developed or
And it,
explored more.
and I don't know if it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of dumbs down the actual Hulk too, because I feel like he can't
Yeah,
like rage out. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
Because they make that joke when they go back to like the New York battle when
Yeah.
they go back in 2012, and he
He's like,
makes a joke where
"Rawr,
he's
rawr."
rah and he's like doing his thing, but like he's kind of he's not really been that active in battle since like Thor.
Since
Like,
Ragnarok, yeah,
yeah, he kind of just got the crap kicked out of him in the
yeah.
last one, and then now this one he's like hipster Hulk.
Dab,
Oh
listen to your
man.
mom.
I saw one where it was like him from Ragnarok, and it was like, I used to listen to hardcore music, and then it shows him from Endgame, and he's like, but now I listen to podcasts.
This is my opinion, but I think Hulk was the best in Ragnarok. I love him
Right.
in Ragnarok.
He is
I
a
just
beast in Ragnarok,
he's a
dude.
beast in Ragnarok, dude. I just think it's crazy how I honestly think they could make a solo movie of him at Sakaar, and it'd be
Right.
cool.
It
And then
would.
Korg and Meek would be there, be like, "Hey, I'm Korg,"
I
but
like
it's
their
gotta.
little part. Their little part in Endgame. The nice transition because I figured we could talk about Thor next, but like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like their little parts in Endgame. Like they're really nice little comedic relief.
they they are. They're hilarious. Log on to the Wi-Fi. No password.
Oh
I
man.
didn't know Taika Waititi voiced Korg. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know it until like I rewatched Ragnarok right before I saw Endgame. I didn't realize it until I
That's
watched it
it's
again.
cool.
Yeah, it's really
But
cool.
okay, so transition to Thor because I think that's kind of the hot topic right now.
Okay,
Everybody's kind of on the fence on Thor.
what is your opinions? Because I have my opinions.
Okay, so when I watched it the first time, I think the whole Fat Thor thing went on for too long. I think it was
Right.
funny in the beginning, and like I was laughing so hard. I thought it was hilarious. But then as I watched it more, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think I actually like this take on this broken Thor. Like this is probably the most broken we've ever seen him. Like he's
Right.
just done. He's just done with life. He doesn't care. He's drinking his life away. Like he killed Thanos, but didn't bring everybody back.
Right.
And I just think I actually like the change of pace
Hmm.
because in Infinity War he was just like I gotta kill Thanos. This is what I have to do.
Right.
It really showed like the warrior side of him, but then in a sense it kind of showed his human side
Hmm.
in Endgame. And I honestly thought the time with his mom was really cool
Yeah.
and kind of took the character from the Dark World who was just kind of there and
Hmm.
really made her like a figure to Thor and just there's some sweet moments in there like him being able to hug her and just talk to her and
Right.
it was really cool. But um I actually liked that they didn't like do the Marvel magic and like give him abs or whatever
Right.
because then it made him look more like like his dad and one of the Warrior 3, I can't remember
Oh
his
yeah.
name,
Right.
um that were kind of like like
Bigger.
I don't know if we talked about this, but me and someone talked about this, like how like it's more like what you would think of like a Viking warrior, like a kind of a big fat chubby dude.
I think actually David brought that up. I
That
believe.
was David. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he brought
Shout
that
out
up.
David.
Shout out David. Shout
Yeah.
out David. I think he works at Arby's now. He's been Snapchatting me all day. Isn't that funny?
No way, dude.
Dude, shout out David. What a freaking
Dude,
meme.
shout out David, dude.
He's got the meat.
We, dude. Now I gotta visit him and Isaac at Arby's. We gotta
And
get free stuff
Brendan.
from them. And Brendan.
All of
Brendan
them.
still works there. Oh,
Yeah, he still works there.
really?
Working hard. Or maybe he's hardly working. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
Anyway,
so
your
my
what
opinions,
your opinion?
at first I was like really not into it at all. Like kind of like you said, and I didn't even really think it was, well, I don't know. It was funny. I thought it was funny, but like under like I was laughing. Like I thought it was funny while I was
Yeah.
seeing it, but all I could think about was like I think this is stupid. Like
Yeah.
I hate it when the thing I hate the only thing that I really dislike about Marvel movies is sometimes I think they take jokes way too far.
Yeah.
But then after I saw it again and then like I you know studied for hours online watching videos and stuff, I really like the whole idea of like somebody brought it up and they're like when they're back in time and before he leaves his mom, he like summons the hammer, like he
Yeah.
always does, and he's still able to get it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm worthy." I thought it was really cool that they were like, "You don't have to look like the stereotype of a hero to be worthy of being a
Yeah.
hero. Like just being worthy doesn't mean you look a certain way. Like you just are a hero because you are a hero." Like I thought that I
Yeah.
was like, "Man, dude, shout out to
I
my fat younger self." Like that was like hit me in the heartstrings when I really thought about it like that.
yeah, honestly, I actually really like the message that it sent. I
Right.
think I think you I think that the people have to like look at it more than just it being the punchline and
Right.
just kind of look at the deeper meaning in it when he
Hmm.
like gets his hammer and he talks to his mom and why he doesn't get the Marvel magic abs at
Right.
the final battle.
I will throw in one thing though. If they really want to inspire the slightly chubbier youth, and I can say these things because I used to be fat, so if they want to inspire the youth of America to get fit, I think it can only happen like this. In Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Thor needs to have a Rocky style space
Yep.
workout montage with Korg and Peter
Yes.
Quill. There needs to be him running, like running somewhere, just the sweats are going, the weights are going up. He's got to fight some random thugs, and Rocky music's got to play.
Yeah.
It's just got to happen like
Honestly.
that.
Speaking of Guardians 3, it's kind of off topic, but I wonder if James Gunn had Thor in his script, because I know a while back he had a finished script. So I wonder,
Right.
because some people are saying that the plot of Guardians 3 is going to be them finding Gamora, 2014 Gamora.
I heard something different today, actually.
What did you hear?
I heard that the reason why they brought in Thor is because the villain in this one is going to be Adam Warlock, and they couldn't fight him.
Oh.
Yeah, they couldn't fight because they introduced him, in I think it was the end credits for Guardians 2.
Yeah, too.
So they introduced him there, and now they're having him. They're going to bring in Thor into the Guardians because they couldn't take him on by themselves or whatever. So
Interesting.
I think that'll be a really cool, and honestly, all jokes aside, that would be kind of a cool opportunity to do like the little montage thing, like I said, with Thor, like him training back up to be like fight Adam Warlock, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, I'm excited for Guardians 3. I can't wait to see their plans, honestly.
Right.
I can't wait to get the timeline. But anyway, let's get back on Endgame. Let's talk about some. So I actually liked Thor, but
yeah. Moral of the story: Thor. We didn't like it first, but after further thinking, pretty good stuff. Pretty good writing.
Pretty good. Who else?
Black Widow.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to talk about.
Shout out to Black Widow. R.I.P.
Scarlett Jo did a fantastic performance in this movie.
Fantastic.
She honestly, she's the MVP in this movie.
She is the MVP alongside her good buddy Hawkeye, aka
honestly,
Ronan.
I wish we would have got more of Ronan. Just him, freaking killing dudes.
Well, I mean, he is getting his own Disney Plus series, so that could be.
It could be explored.
Opportunity to do that sort of thing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But honestly, when like they're doing like the roundup and stuff, with the Guardians, Okoye, Captain Marvel, and Rhodey, and like Rhodey's like, yeah, it's Barton. It's definitely Barton. And she just gets like teary-eyed, just like this assassin, like who we've known, who like she's so vulnerable in this moment.
Right.
Oh man, it was so good.
Because she's only got a couple of buddies. In, like her hardened years of being BA Black Widow.
Yeah.
And then she finds out he's, going
just
crazy. He's pulling a Red Hood, basically.
Yeah. I honestly think Ronan's outfit is sick.
Dude,
I wish he would have.
It gave me like John Wick as a villain vibes. I was like, oh, dude. Oh, this is so cool.
It was crazy.
I would love to see. I know this would never happen, but it'd be kind of cool to see like a Black Widow versus Ronan movie, just to see them like I don't know. I wish now that I hate it when like in the Avengers movies, like really when you only get to see Black Widow and Hawkeye's story develop, because like over time and like seeing them more and more and getting to know their story more and like seeing them perform as them, I just like, oh man, I want so much. Like I'm glad that Black Widow's getting her own movie, and that's confirmed actually.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a prequel, I think.
Still, you get a chance to see Black Widow again, and Hawkeye's getting a series. Like,
yeah, I wonder. You know what? I wonder if in that movie, their whole Budapest thing will be in there. Like they always talk about Budapest, and like it's a long way from Budapest, and it's like, what is this? Like, what is it? I want to know.
That would be.
But sick. Then it'd be kind of it'd be kind of cool to have them let them have their thing.
Right.
Like let them have that. We don't need to know about that. Like,
right.
But I mean, obviously, I want to know about it. But
that's like the thrill of it. Like you want to know, but you don't. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I ScarJo did a fantastic performance in this movie.
Hmm.
I think her and RDJ did a really
Right.
good performance, and even Gwyneth Paltrow, is that her name? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
Seriously. Yeah, that's her name.
she did a really good performance too. The performance in
Great
this movie
stuff.
are top notch, and
Seriously.
I honestly hope it some people get some nominations. I
Yes.
I think they deserve
Definitely.
a nomination at least because
Absolutely.
they did fantastic in this movie.
They
Let's
did.
talk about the sacrifice.
Like the scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
I I I liked it. I I thought Hawkeye was gonna die,
Yeah,
but
dude, I definitely thought Hawkeye was going, but
oh, it was so sad when
no.
she was like, "Let me go. It's okay." I was like,
And
"No, don't let her go."
he's like trying to hold on and he's getting all teary-eyed and I'm like
Ah,
trying to hold back
I
the
also
the big
love the
boy
fact
tears.
when he gets the stone and he has like just a small smile, but then he's like, and then he remembers what it costs, and he's just like,
There's-
"Oh."
Yeah,
I
dude.
I really wish that when Black Widow died, Hulk would have just freaking hulked out, dude. He just would have been freaking tearing
For
everything apart.
real. Back at it again with Hulk, dude. I wish he just would have went crazy and just beat the crap out of Thanos. Like
I
I
think
feel like
that would have been
we were
good.
neglected of that scene. Like that needed to happen and it didn't.
Just like let him Hulk out, dude. Let the rage just like take over again.
Seriously.
I I don't know. I think it was a missed opportunity, but
For real. Oh, just popped into my head. Since we pretty much got through all the are we missing anything before I say that? Any characters? Any big characters?
let's talk about the time travel real quick. Let's talk about that whole
Okay.
spiel.
I'll hold my thought.
Unless you wanted to talk about something
No,
in
because
the
what I was
Endgame
gonna
or
say is gonna lead. It's a part of Endgame, but it'll lead into a whole nother conversation. So we should
okay.
probably
Yeah. Yeah.
talk time travel first.
So the time travel aspect. Did you like
Right.
it? Did you hate it?
I I think for the circumstance of this movie, it was really cool. I really enjoyed the crap out of it, but I really hope it's not like a constant thing.
Yeah, I
Personally.
hope it's not like because now they can just go back in time and get Iron Man and Cap and Black Widow.
Right.
I don't know.
Because like I don't want them to do like those characters need to be like stay
Yeah,
gone.
I don't want them to do that.
Right. That would just not be. It would be just too. It'd suck. It just suck.
Yeah, it
That's
suck.
no other way of putting it.
Yeah. I loved going back to the movies to like Avengers and even Thor: The Dark World was really cool. And going back to the opening of Guardians was awesome.
I thought, you know
I
what?
love that.
They did an interesting thing by making me actually think about Thor: The Dark World again.
I know.
Like I was like, I thought that I'd never care about this movie ever again, but then I'm like,
Oh,
oh well,
oh wait,
some
the
stuff
Reality Stone.
actually happened in that one that was like important. Hmm.
I love it when Thor's explaining it. The Dark Elves. Ooh.
It's like even he doesn't care about it.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, this happened, whatever.
Whatever.
I think I leaned over to either Brooklyn or Patty, and I was like, this is exactly how everyone feels about Thor: The Dark World.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Then Iron Man
Oh,
comes up and he tries to stop him. That was like funny
I would
too.
like a Bloody Mary.
Oh man.
But yeah, back on the time travel. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I I have obviously have some problems with with the continuity of the
Right.
rules they set in place. But you know, I was just like, I have to ignore that if I'm gonna enjoy this movie. So
But
once I ignored that, I was just like, you know, this I loved it.
for the sake of a longer podcast, what are your problems with it?
So my biggest problem is um how is Cap in our timeline? Because when he went back with Peggy, he created a new timeline or a
Right.
new reality. So he shouldn't be in ours. He shouldn't be in the
Uh
prime.
I do have an answer, but it might not be correct. Feel free to just shut me down if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But
Wrong.
I heard in stuff. I don't know if it was a video or something. I've watched and looked at so many different Avengers things
Yeah.
lately. I don't remember, but I heard that because they're going to be doing the What If Disney Plus series with her becoming Captain America. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did. That's gonna be cool.
So I heard that that actually ties into the even though it's like an animated side thing. I heard
Yeah.
that when Captain America goes and has his life and is in that alternate version of reality with her,
Uh-huh.
I heard that that ends up becoming that series. So
For
like when
what
he
if?
goes, yeah, the What If series is him. Like when he goes and he's with her, it's her story of how she becomes Captain America, and
That'd be kind of cool.
like
And then
he
it morphs
eventually
into the prime timeline, or
no, like eventually when he's old and gray or whatever, he comes back and basically says goodbye, and then outside of the
gotcha.
movie, he just goes back or something. Because like
Okay.
he waits until he's old and she's passed away, and then he's just by himself, and then he goes to say goodbye to everybody basically and give the
Yeah.
shield. Which is
Gotcha.
another one of those convenient things, but it also is like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea, I guess, if
Yeah.
that's true.
I was like, I gotta enjoy the moment because Cap
Hmm.
got to have his life.
Right.
But
Old
I
man
mean,
Cap just chilling it up in the retirement.
and there's actually an arc in the comics of Old Man Cap.
Really?
So I mean, he could eventually come back in some shape or form.
I hope he's not avenging.
No, his like role was just like kind of like a leader. So like I mean, we
Right.
could see him maybe in the new Shield, or I don't know. I,
That would be kind of cool.
it'd
I'd
be
be down for
interesting
that.
whenever Chris Evans wants a buttload of money to
Right.
do his first directorial debut, because I know
Right.
he wants to be a director.
Yeah,
But
I've seen a couple of his movies that he's made.
oh yeah,
Have you seen? I think he direct. No, he didn't direct Gifted. Which one did he direct? He directed
yeah.
a really good rom com. I can't remember what it's called, but he's in it too, so
Oh
it's
really?
good. It's on
That's good.
Netflix. I can't think of what it's called, but
Everything's on Netflix, brother.
yeah, Netflix, the big flicks, the big Hulu, Disney
Big
Plus
flex.
eventually.
Disney Plus is gonna be pretty cool. I will
Pretty
not
cool.
lie.
$6 a month.
It's very cheap.
Very cheap.
And the series are going to be really cool too. That's going to be the
Series.
big selling, I think, the big selling point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there anything else we want to talk Endgame wise?
Real quick, I heard what I was gonna say is I heard one theory that kind of changes the pace of the future.
Yeah,
So I heard that Doctor Strange didn't give up the Time Stone to stop Thanos. He gave up the Time Stone to get rid of Thanos to go on to battle a bigger threat that's coming.
I've seen that theory. Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know what that's alluding to, like Galactus or something. Personally, I don't really want to see Galactus. I really want Doctor Doom to be the next big Avengers
I
villain when it
think
comes around
Doctor Doom would be sick.
because now they
And
got the rights and he's like
yeah,
just BA if they did him right.
and they will do him right. I know they will. It's Marvel. They got
Hmm.
to do him right.
Right.
If they don't do him right, everybody's gonna be mad.
Right.
So I think that'd be sick to do Doctor Doom. And then and then Chris could reprise his role as the Human Torch.
Oh my gosh. Or Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, since Killmonger's dead. Wait, that's Killmonger.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. So, anything else Endgame wise? I think I touched
Um
on everything I wanted to talk about.
I can't think of anything right now. I can think of like some Iron Man stuff, but I don't really know if it's important for right now.
Yeah.
So, but
Okay.
speaking of Iron Man, how about that Spider-Man trailer that dropped today?
Ooh. Okay. It definitely, obviously, spoilers for Endgame again. I mean,
Do
we
we
talked
really
about it.
need? Do we need to really say that after the talk we just had?
No, we don't. I
if
just,
you're
I just want to
if
be
they're
like Tom Holland and
if they're
saying
this
spoiler
this
alert.
far in and you're like still haven't got spoilers, I don't understand that at all.
Okay.
But I thought it was kind of cool that he said that in the beginning of that trailer, being the guy who spoils everything,
Yeah,
right?
it was interesting. It's kind of funny.
Hmm.
But I love the trailer. It brings in now, since coming from Mysterio, he could be lying, saying that he's from another Earth. Honestly, he could just be lying. There's a lot of theories that maybe this guy is a good guy from this other Earth, but the real Quentin Beck is bad. So he kills him. He kills his other self, and then steps in and is bad.
Let's keep it 100,000. Shout out to all my original Spider-Man fans. We all know Mysterio's not who he says he is. He's a he's a bad boy from the jump. I don't care
He's a
what
bad
theories
boy.
are out there. He's a bad boy. He's gonna come in with his tricks and things and be like, "Hey, I'm
Hey,
actually a pretty cool guy. Check me out." And then he's like,
6 feet.
"Psych, I'm trying to dominate the world."
Yeah,
And I
I'm.
mean,
I'm.
how can you not? I mean, like it's hard though. How do you not root for him with the this acting skill and the charm of Jake Gyllenhaal?
I know.
Like he comes in and you're just like, oh, he seems like a pretty cool guy.
He
Like
seems good.
I'll help him out. Psych, I'm actually the bad guy.
Psych! I'm actually trying to kill you, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
man.
should we bring up our the Robert Downey Jr. or why do I
Yes.
say like the Iron
So
Man stuff?
I had a theory. So since the multiverse is introduced, whether
Right.
or not I mean it already has been introduced from in Doctor Strange, so it's possible.
Right.
But I had the idea that he goes to another world and he sees Tony and he's like, "Oh my gosh, Mr. Stark!" And he like they have a really big moment, and then they like kind of talk it out and say like, "Whatever I did, even if I died, you have to move on. Like I did this to protect you. Like you have to live on. You have to be your own self." Because a common theme in the trailer is you're the next Iron Man. You're the next Iron Man, and I honestly think that throughout the movie, Spider-Man's gonna be like, "I'm not the next Iron Man. I'm Spider-Man," and think that's gonna I think it's gonna be really cool because everybody's expecting all this stuff of him. Like he's a young kid. Like I don't know. I just think there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of potential to like kind of build him up and like kind of like for not the next Iron Man, for the next Spider Man. Like
He's his own guy.
he's his own guy. Yeah.
I had an ulterior or an alternative
Actually, I
theory.
like your theory better.
Okay,
I
you
like your
guys, you
theory
folks
better.
ready for this? Lock in your seatbelts like 21 Savage in a Paul with Jake or in a car with Jake Paul
It
because I got a theory for you.
opens up.
All right. So I think that because I heard there is a confirmed cameo for RDJ in this one.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't.
think Oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just saying I would expect there to be a little cameo from RDJ.
Right. So, since based on the trailer, Spider-Man slash Peter Parker kind of just like it's like, hey, I'm Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man. Here's all this stuff you need to know about me, Mysterio, master of illusion and deception. I think he does like a illusion of Iron Man coming back or something like that, and like tricks Peter into like having like a meltdown or something,
Or
thinking, you know what I
telling him
mean?
something, giving up some
Yeah,
kind of
like
information.
yeah, trying to get all he can out of Peter and just like really screwing him up before he battles with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that would be just a crazy way to go about that. That would make him like the coolest villain, but like also not because
The
that's
worst.
yeah. Well, that like if
They
I
make him
were a
the
villain,
worst.
if I were a villain, I mean, like that would I'd be like, oh yeah, of course I'm gonna do that. That would be
Yeah,
the worst thing to do possible.
I I actually really like that theory. And like in the
Right.
trailer, like they're like talking, and he's like, "What do you want, Peter?" Like, and like I've seen things that like the director, I think it's directed by John Watts, and
Right.
and he said that like Mysterio's kind of the cool uncle figure in Peter's life,
Mm-hmm.
and like like it's such a right time for him to like kind of like take Peter under his wing and just like kind of take him like because he's so vulnerable right now, because he lost his father figure. He lost Iron Man. So
Right.
like, oh, this cool Mysterio guy comes up. Hey, he seems pretty nice. He's Jake Gyllenhaal. He looks nice.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there'll be some betrayal, and I think the illusion thing of RDJ would be really cool.
Right.
Honestly, I think that'd be super cool and be like, psych, it's me.
Psych, you thought.
And then he just like freaking, I don't know, goes Super Saiyan or something.
Dude, I would love to see something like that. Like really pull
Or
that
just like he like
the
uses
acting
his like
chops out of Tom
illusion.
Holland.
Yeah. He like uses his illusion. He's like big or like I don't know, like I don't know if it was a comic or a show I used to watch, and like it was with Mysterio, and it was like so cool. It was him and Spider Man, and like
Right.
he was always like, "I'm always one step ahead of you, Spider Man," and like
Mm-hmm.
using his illusions and like
He was
I
like
think it'd be
always in
so
the
cool.
animated series, and there used to be shout out to all the 2000s boyos listening to this. There used to be a video game called Spider-Man Friend or Foe, and
Yeah,
you got to play as some of the villains, I believe, and you got to fight the villains as well. But the main one was Mysterio. Like
yeah,
the big boss at the very end was Mysterio, and ever since playing that game, I've always wanted to see Mysterio in a movie. And now it's played by one of my
yeah.
favorite actors, so I'm psyched.
Jake
I'm like
Gyllenhaal
super hyped, but he's definitely gonna pull some no for
shenanigans.
for lack of a better term, some tomfoolery on Tom Holland.
Ha!
Um I'm trying to think of any other like far from home stuff.
I'm just excited for it. No,
Yeah, dude,
I'm
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 just
excited
stoked
because
all over
I
the
I
place.
think I think this is where we're gonna get the big teaser for Phase 4.
Right.
Like this is where we're gonna get the end credit scene
Oh
of
yeah. I'm in need
whoever
of a good end credit scene.
or
Oh,
Heroes, Fantastic Four. I don't know.
that's what I had a couple things that I wanted to bring up. That's what I needed to hear. So I heard the rumor for the end credit scene. This is a possible spoiler for Far From Home. I don't think it is, but it's just a rumor.
It's just like a theory, yeah.
Just a
Rumor theory.
theory, but it's a highly likely theory that the end credits might introduce Norman Osborn.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah,
Because in the first one, someone's taken over Avengers Tower, right?
right,
Some
right.
people have been saying it's Oscorp.
And in Far From Home, they show how, if you look, they show the Avengers Tower being like remodeled.
Yeah,
So there's a lot
could be
of
Oscorp.
signs pointing that direction. I also heard this isn't directly Spider-Man related, but I wanted to bring it up because I saw some Instagram post. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up, but I'm not gonna right now because that would take too long. But I saw an Instagram post where people were theorizing of how they're gonna introduce the X-Men,
Yeah,
and it didn't actually have to do with the multiverse thing, which makes more sense now. But I thought this was an interesting thing to bring up in the podcast.
yeah,
Um, so when Thanos did the first snap in Infinity War,
uh-huh.
they talk in Endgame about how it sent like the gamma radiation, like the pulse across the entirety of the world and like the
Yeah.
universe. So some people were theorizing that the half of the Earth that was left over that got blasted with that gamma radiation, some of
Yeah.
them got mutated and
Oh.
became X-Men, and like they got their powers through that blast, and then eventually, as time will go on, they'll come to like become X-Men or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
and
Do you know
they were
do you know
also
what else I saw?
what's
Sorry,
that?
I saw that they that Marvel they said that an Avengers versus X-Men movie is on the table. That'd be pretty sick.
Which that would make the most sense. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
I
think
think that
that's
would
gonna be
be the
their
best
big
way.
movie
Right.
because it's like they don't know who these people are. Like, obviously, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
They
a
could just be another big threat.
yeah.
I
So
mean, I would
I'm
see
sorry
Wolverine
I'm
as a
sorry I
threat.
cut you off, but
No, I was just gonna wrap up that by saying, and whatever Instagram post was talking about it, they said that they were like, with every version of the X-Men, they're always hated compared to like Spider-Man and them. So they were
yeah,
trying to figure out like what would be the reason why people hated them in the MCU, and they brought up a really good point in saying that the reason that they got their powers
was
was from
because
the
of the
most
snap.
traumatic event in the history of the
Yeah,
universe. So
that
like
would get you
I
hated
was
pretty
like
quickly.
that would be a sick way to introduce them. Like that would be so
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be really cool.
Um yeah. So yeah. Hopefully I would love to see X-Men versus Avengers, and I'd love to
Yeah,
see maybe that's what they're saving up for Hulk to really Hulk out and fight Wolverine.
that'd be sick.
That would be cool, because that would be an actual like kind of um brutal kind of fight that he would
Yeah,
need to Hulk out during.
that'd be sick.
That would be.
Anything else on Far From Home?
Other than just like the multiverse and the possibility of like Miles Morales and them. So
Yeah, some people were saying that, but I think he already exists in this universe
right.
because I watched Far From Home, and Donald Glover's character Aaron Davis, um, when he like pulls something up and it says like in his alias is the Prowler. So the Prowler exists in this universe. So
Right.
Miles
And
Morales might.
did you see the deleted scene from Homecoming
Yeah, and he
with
calls
him,
Miles.
where he's like
Yeah,
stuck to the thing and he's like, "Hey, Miles, I'm not gonna make it."
yeah,
I was
because
like, "Oh my
ice cream melted.
gosh." Yeah,
It's a
dude, I want a whole
sad
movie of
moment.
Donald Glover as the Prowler.
Please. No,
But like,
seriously, for real.
for real. Or you could just give Miles his own Spider-Man movie and have him be the villain.
Yes,
Like that would be I would love that so much,
that
dude.
would be awesome.
I just want to see Donald Glover in more things. Where's the album?
Yeah, where's the album? You
Where's
know,
the
I don't know. I think I told you this, but there were some talks that Donald Glover might be the villain in Black Panther 2.
Yeah, I heard actually about that as well, and I heard that he was going to do one of those crazy actor things where he was going to portray Childish Gambino portraying the villain.
What?
Isn't that crazy? So he would be like acting
What?
like his Childish Gambino persona, but that like persona playing a villain.
What?
So some like
Whoa.
super meta stuff. Which means indirectly that the Black Panther 2 soundtrack will now be made by Childish Gambino.
Oh,
We get a whole another album.
yes.
Plot twist, it's
Donald
actually
Glover,
just
I love
his
you.
just last album.
I love you.
For
I love
real.
you, Donald.
Mad love for the Donald boy.
No homo.
The childish boy.
Oh, speaking of the Donald boy, do you want to talk a little bit about Guava Island? We didn't talk about. I haven't
Oh
talked about that in
shoot,
a
we
while.
didn't talk about Guava Island. I guess just to recap that, spoilers for Guava Island. It's only like an hour long, so
Go watch it. It's easy.
it's like 50 minutes, but it's awesome. Like I think it's
It's awesome.
specifically for Gambino fans though, because it's
Oh
basically
yeah.
just Childish Gambino musical, is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I love it, and I think
It was great.
if you've been following his music for long enough, you totally understand what it is, and if you don't, it's just a like a cool little movie with him and Rihanna.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome. I thought it was a
Yeah.
fun
Well,
time. I kind of have a little bit of a hate now, just a tiny bit of hate for the old Donald boy actually,
What?
because yeah, let me explain. I have a good reason. So, I stayed up like a long time the day his shoes came out,
Oh,
like
yes, you were
waiting,
telling me.
and I was waiting in the they had like an online, the Adidas app.
Weight room?
I was
Yeah.
waiting on the app in line to get my shoes, and I waited so long, and I had my money ready, and I was so excited, and I had budgeted everything, and then they all like sold out in like 15 minutes. I have never been more upset my whole life. I just wanted a pair of those shoes so bad because I have all of his albums on vinyl.
Yeah.
I've got my tickets from the show up in the one vinyl. I have like exclusive shirts and stuff. Like I am the Gambino boy. I
Gambino
just needed
boy.
I
Yeah.
just needed my shoes and couldn't pull
I
it
just
off.
needed my shoes.
So sad day there. But I'm sure
Oh,
it'll
holy
be all
cow.
right. And
What's this?
what? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. I was just looking at my movies and I
Mm-hmm.
saw Superman and I was like, wait, do I have Man of Steel? But it wasn't. It was the old one with Brandon, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
and Kevin Spacey.
Right. Um, so I think that's all of the important stuff we needed to cover. It's pretty much just been an MCU filled past couple weeks.
Yeah, it's honestly, that's the
S-
only movie I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen it 3 times.
Um, so I guess just to jump outside of MCU stuff, this is going to be a really long one. What are we at?
Yeah,
Like
more about an
hour.
hour.
But so just to throw a couple things out there that are coming up, this month is pretty packed. We got
Yeah,
um Detective Pikachu this Friday.
yeah, it's insane. I
Next
forgot about that.
Friday is going to be John
John
Wick.
Wick. And
Also, side note, Tyler the Creator's
also,
new album Igor drops the same day. Very excited for that.
also
Um,
that weekend, your boy is coming home.
oh yeah, the Jackson Boys coming back, and we're going to start doing podcasts with each other instead of over Skype.
Yeah, and hopefully since it's
Maybe
summer, we can do them more often. We're
maybe
hoping.
we could even do it to where we film like
Yeah,
TMG. That would be really cool.
that'd be cool.
That would be
Definitely.
awesome. I didn't even think about that. Anyway,
Lots of
also this
possibilities.
month, also this month is Aladdin,
Oh, that's this
and
month? Really?
yeah, it is this month. And there's another
What
one.
else?
Oh,
There's something else that comes out.
Godzilla comes out at the end of this month
That's
too.
this month?
Yeah,
Really?
dude, all of them.
Wow. Some good,
I
some,
actually
some,
find it on
some
my phone.
pretty good movies coming out this month.
Pretty good stuff. I am the most
Pretty-
excited, I think, for John Wick and Detective Pikachu. To be honest.
Not Godzilla.
I mean, I'm excited for it, but like I've been a fan of John Wick since Keanu Reeves is my like cool uncle.
Keanu Reeves is a good guy. Keanu.
Where is this tweet? I retweeted
Oh,
something
wait a
that was like a
second.
lineup of the rest of
There is
the.
something else that's coming out this month. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
The Brightburn movie, directed by, no, produced by James Gunn and his family. It's the
Dark
dark
Man of
take
Steel.
on. Yeah,
Let me
I
tell you,
actually am kind of
Jackson,
excited for that.
I've got mixed feelings about that.
Really?
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I like that.
Well, you're gonna see it. Come on, we're gonna see it.
I will go see it, but it's like how I talk about Transformers movies. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them, but I'll always go see them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting take on the superhero genre. So
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just really like Man of Steel, and I feel like it's just I don't know. For the people out there that know the emotion I'm feeling, I can't describe it right now, but you know what I mean. It's just like
I can't describe
I don't know.
just that. But
So
yeah.
here's this tweet I got. It is basically every weekend until like July or so is like
Is it what? Hello?
is Aladdin. The 31st is Godzilla. June 7th is X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
June 14th is Men in Black.
Okay. Yeah.
June 21st is Toy Story 4. July
Wow.
5th is
July 2nd. Now.
6th
Hello?
is It Chapter 2. Wait, can you not hear me?
You're cutting out a little bit.
Am I cutting out a little bit? I've just
Yeah.
been reading a list. I hope it's not annoying anybody.
No. Chill.
Are we good now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so I'll start back at X-Men. June 7th is X-Men. June 14th is Men in Black. June 21st is Toy Story 4. July 5th is Spider-Man. July 19th is Lion King. And then in September is It. October is Joker. And then December is Star Wars.
Wow. I'm excited for
So
Star Wars, to be honest.
I am stoked. I thought it was really funny that the trailer dropped like right after we had talked about it.
I know. I was like,
That was
hey,
really
we,
cool.
we literally just talked about this. But
That was
we'll talk about it later. This is a long boy, so
Yeah.
this one's already pretty long.
Yeah, it's been a good one though.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my time. It's been fun just rapping a little.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Hey. Hey. Shout out to any song by Triple X or Ski Mask.
Do you have anything else? I think I talked about everything I want to talk about.
Not that I can think of at the moment. I don't. I think that was Thursday trailer for It Chapter 2 comes out. I know that has nothing to
Yes.
do with anything, but I'm very excited for that. I think
That will
that's
be cool.
all that was on my mind, so something to look forward to.
That will be very fun.
Oh, yeah.
As always, shout out to Carlos for
Shout
making
out
the
to Carlos.
artwork. Go listen to their new album.
Yeah, it's at like what was it? I think it's like 1.5 thousand streams or something. I
That's
saw on
awesome.
one of their Instagrams. So it's putting
Awesome.
up the numbers.
Yeah.
Pretty good
We'll
stuff.
have to get Carlos on the podcast sometime.
On the podcast, we'll get on the track somehow.
Yeah, we'll get on the track somehow. I'll make a beat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something. We'll do something.
Do something.
Heck with it.
Somehow.
We'll make dust of that beat like Thanos.
Ooh.
Bars.
Wow.
Oh, bars.
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 Just quick little bars. Just
Uh,
a quick little
bars.
All right. Thank you to everybody who is
Still
listening. I really appreciate everybody who has listened.
Me
I hope
too.
this one gets a lot of views and a lot of listens, so I can just make so much money. I'm all in it
Seriously.
for the money. That's all I care about.
I would really appreciate somebody to make like a fan page for us eventually. That'd be pretty cool. I know you shouldn't ask for those kind of things, but
That'd be cool.
like they could
I
tweet
mean,
our
hey.
like jokes and stuff. Somebody slacking. Jeez.
Hey, yeah, and hopefully in the future we'll make some merch. And I think I just thought of an idea for our merch. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, shoot.
Okay. It's gonna be. I'm in it for the money. That's all I care about.
Me three, dude.
We'll have to. Okay. Yeah. So please share and like because all I want is money. That's all I care about.
All we care about is the big dollars. We want to make that 2 billion like Endgame, so.
Ooh. Okay.
We are trying to receive the bag. We're kind of carrying this on a little too long.
Yeah. But seriously, thank you to everybody who listens. Really appreciate it. it's just fun kind of talking
Hmm.
about movies and stuff. So
Right.
I don't know. Hopefully this could maybe go somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the plan. That's the dream.
that
But anyway,
is the
you got
end.
anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it.
Is this thing on?
Hello?
I was. Oh man, dang it! I had an idea for an opening bit where
What?
like we just like tap our mics and like and be like, "Is this thing on?" Like Tony.
Oh yeah, that would have
Dang it!
been cool. Well,
Dang
hey,
it!
you know what? People listening to the podcast, when I drift off, I'll be I'll be thinking of you guys.
You guys can rest now. You guys can rest. You guys can rest
Yeah,
now. Finally.
finally.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else from you, my guy?
No way, Jose, that's it.
No way, Jose. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And the next podcast will be in person on location
Ah,
in a dislocate in Indiana. I'm not going to say where
yeah.
because creepers. So, uh, but anyway, yeah. I love you all 3,000, and we
Oh,
will
rip.
see you guys. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Love you 3,000.